There is no doubt that the gap between smartphone cameras and dedicated mirrorless cameras is getting smaller every year. And with the convenience of having your phone on you all the time, it's more important than ever for it to deliver great results, whether you're shooting photos or videos. I personally love how Apple keeps the iPhone cameras consistent across models and how, when used right, they can produce stunning results. In this video, I'll show you what I believe is the right way to use your iPhone camera to capture beautiful photos and videos and the main factors that make the biggest difference. Lighting is one of the most important factors in photography. iPhone cameras have improved a lot in low light over the years. But because of the small sensor size, it's still tricky to get detailed shots without enough light. So to capture sharper images with great details, make sure you have plenty of light. Natural light is ideal, but you can also use artificial light sources. Just make sure they're bright enough to prevent grain and shutter speed drops. One of the biggest differences between base iPhones and the Pro models is the camera system, both hardware and software. The Pro models offer an extra telephoto lens, which I personally use a lot. I love the look of the 48mm and the 77mm focal lengths, because they have less distortion at the edges. For those unfamiliar, distortion is that curving effect you see with the wide-angle shots, though Apple lets you fix easily by enabling lens correction in settings. The telephoto lens also gives you a more natural depth of field and a smoother optical bokeh behind your subject, which I love. You also get better image processing thanks to the more powerful chips on Pro models, plus the ability to shoot in RAW and ProRes, giving you more control overall. Base iPhones are still incredibly capable. They can produce images that come surprisingly close to Pro models, and actually you can shoot RAW even on a non-Pro iPhone. Which brings me to the next point. Third-party camera apps unlock a ton of control that the default camera app doesn't. You can adjust the shutter speed, ISO, white balance, shoot RAW, and choose different file formats. All features that serious photographers will appreciate. I personally don't use them much for photos, but I do use them for video. All my channel's video are shot on iPhone, and I usually use Final Cut Camera or the Blackmagic camera app. Both are amazing for shooting video. They let you control resolution, frame rate, codec, and video format, and they provide real-time info on exposure, focus, and more. If you're into filmmaking, you'll love how much control these apps give you. There are also plenty of great options for photography, like Halide, Moment Pro Camera, Zero Cam, and Lightroom, all of which let you shoot RAW even on base iPhones. These apps give you a pro-level control, and if you know what you're doing, you can get incredible, professional-looking results from them. But if you prefer sticking with the default camera app, you can still get amazing results. You just need to optimize the settings a bit. For reference, I'm currently using an iPhone 14 Pro Max. You might not have the exact same options, but most of these settings will apply to other iPhones too. This model is more than enough for my needs. You really don't need the newest iPhones to take high-quality photos and videos. In the Settings app, go to Camera and you can adjust some settings. For video, if you're only shooting personal videos as memories or videos of your friends and family, you probably won't need 4K. You can use 1080p at 60 FPS. It doesn't take a ton of storage on your device while having good quality and that smooth 60 FPS look that people love. But if you're aiming to get professional looking videos, you'd want to go with 4K at 24 or 30 FPS. No need to go with 60 FPS, as it looks unrealistic and social media platforms don't support it anyway. Enhanced stabilization is really good to have, and it will reduce shaky movement significantly, so keep that on. HDR video isn't really important for most people. It can be good in some situations, but it can easily look so bad. I have the lock white balance option on because I don't want my videos to go from a cool tone to a warm tone during shooting. I don't really use slow motion, but I know that the 120 option keeps the video quality better. Cinematic videos look cool with the bokeh effect, and the ability to switch the focus area in post is really good, but it doesn't really look like optical depth of field, so I don't really use that. You definitely want to record sound in stereo. In the formats, I keep the high efficiency on to reduce the file sizes. This gives you the ability to turn on RAW shootings and to choose what resolution you shoot in. And this option allows you to shoot in Apple ProRes, which is basically a video format that has more data. I use RAW for most of my photos because it gives me more flexibility when editing in Lightroom. I can adjust contrast, lighting, and colors without losing quality. Under composition, make sure grid is on. It helps you frame your shots properly and follow the rule of thirds. Also enable level. It helps keep horizon straight and your shots perfectly aligned. One thing I love about iPhone video is the stabilization. You almost never need a gimbal. Action mode is genuinely impressive. Here's a before and after example of how stable it can get. With all these settings adjusted, you'll be getting the best results your iPhone camera can offer. The last step for me is editing. I use Lightroom, which I think is the best photo editing app out there. I usually apply presets I've made myself, or you can use ones from other creators. They save a lot of time and instantly give your photos a beautiful, consistent look. Because I shoot RAW, I can push contrast, adjust tones, and enhance colors while keeping all the detail and quality. That's how I give my photos that clean, aesthetic feel. You can see here how much of a difference editing makes. For video, I use Final Cut, Premiere Pro, or I've been using DaVinci Resolve recently and I really like it. No matter what camera you're using, the best camera is the one you have with you. As long as you try to learn how to use it right and keep practicing, you can always get good results. That was it for today. Thank you for making it to the end of this video. Drop a like if you found it helpful and subscribe to the channel for more tech-related videos.